before you satisfies, read a single text message, before you check your email, before the world starts pulling you in 100 different directions. There is a tiny window of time that most people completely waste, and that window, it is the most powerful moment of your entire day. Let me ask you something. When you woke up this morning, what was the very first thought that crossed your mind? Was it worry? Was it stress? Was it a replay of something that went wrong yesterday? Was it fear about something that has not even happened yet? If you are being honest, it probably was not peaceful, and that right there is the problem, because the very first words your mind hears in the morning set the direction for everything that follows. Think of it like this. Imagine you are a ship leaving the harbor. If your compass is off by even 1 degree at the start, by the end of the day you are miles away from where you wanted to be. Your morning thoughts are that compass. And most of us have been sailing in the wrong direction for years without even realizing it. But what if you could change that? What if there were just 5 simple things you could say to yourself every single morning that would completely shift your energy, your mood, your confidence, and the way your entire day unfolds? Not complicated mantras, not something you need to memorize from a textbook, just honest, raw, powerful truths that rewire how you experience life. The ancient Buddhist monks understood something that modern science is only now catching up to. Your inner dialogue creates your outer reality. The words you repeat to yourself do not just stay in your head, they become your feelings, your decisions, your habits, and eventually your entire life. So today, I want to share 5 things that can quietly transform everything. And I promise you, if you actually practice these, your life will never feel this. The first thing you need to tell yourself every single morning is this: I am here, I am alive, and this moment is enough. Now I know that sounds simple, maybe even too simple, but stay with me, because there is something incredibly deep hiding inside those words. Most of us wake up and our mind immediately time travels. We jump straight to tomorrow's deadlines, or we drag ourselves back to yesterday's failures. We are everywhere except right here, right now, and that is where all the suffering begins. Not in reality, but in the mind's obsession with being somewhere other than the present. Buddhism teaches that the present moment is the only place where life actually exists. The past is a memory. The future is imagination. The only thing that is real is this breath, right now, this heartbeat, right now, this second, right now. When you truly land in that truth, something amazing happens. The anxiety quiets down, the pressure loosens, and you realize that right here, right now, you are okay. So tomorrow morning, before your feet even hit the floor, I want you to just stop for a second. Put your hand on your chest, feel that heartbeat, feel the air filling your lungs, and say to yourself quietly and honestly, I am here, I am alive, and this moment is enough. You are not behind schedule. You are not broken. You are not missing something. You are a living, breathing miracle. And if your eyes opened this morning, it means the universe still has something for you. The second thing you need to say to yourself every morning is, nothing outside of me can disturb my peace unless I choose to let it. This one is going to challenge you, because we have been trained to believe that other people and outside situations are responsible for how we feel. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and suddenly your whole morning is ruined. Your boss sends a rude email and your confidence drops through the floor. A friend says something thoughtless, and you carry the sting of it for days. We hand our peace over to other people like it is nothing, and then we wonder why we feel so empty. But here is the truth, and it is a truth that Buddhist teachers have been sharing for thousands of years. No one can take your peace. You can only give it away, and you give it away every single time you react, instead of respond, every single time you let someone else's mood dictate yours. Every single time you allow the chaos of the world to flood your inner world without any filter. Peace is not something you find when life finally calms down. Life never calms down. There is always going to be noise. There are always going to be problems. There are always going to be people who push your buttons. Peace is something you build inside yourself, and then you carry it with you into the mess. It is not the absence of storms. It is the ability to stay grounded while the storm rages around you. So every morning plant this seed in your mind. I am the guardian of my own peace. No person, no situation, no unexpected event gets to decide. How I feel today, I decide. And when life tests you, because it will, and probably before lunch you will have this truth already living inside you, ready to catch you before you fall into reaction. The third truth you need to carry with you every morning is this: I will treat myself with kindness, not judgment. Be honest for a second. How do you talk to yourself when no one is listening? Because most of us are absolutely brutal to ourselves. We say things to ourselves that we would never say to another human being. You are so stupid. Why did you say that you are not good enough? You will never figure this out. Look at everyone else doing better than you. If a friend talked to you the way you talk to yourself, you would cut them out of your life immediately. But somehow we tolerate this cruelty from our own mind day after day after day. Buddhism teaches that compassion is not just something you offer to others. It must begin with yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you cannot give the world kindness if you are tearing yourself apart on the inside. Self-compassion is not weakness. It is not letting yourself off the hook. It is the recognition that you are a human being the best you can with what you have, and that is enough. When you mess up, and you will, because every single person on this planet does, instead of attacking yourself, try something radical. Try being gentle. Try saying to yourself, okay, that did not go the way I wanted, but I can learn from this. I am still worthy of love. I am still worthy of respect. I am still growing. This tiny shift changes everything, because when your inner world becomes kinder, your outer world becomes less threatening. When you stop judging yourself so harshly, you stop judging others so harshly. When you stop needing to be perfect, you stop demanding perfection from the people around you, and suddenly your relationships improve, your stress levels drop, and you start moving through life with a softness that actually makes you stronger, not weaker. Try this tomorrow morning after you wake up, and before the day begins, close your eyes for just a moment and imagine speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a small child who is scared or confused, with warmth, with patience, with love. Say to yourself, I will be kind to myself today, no matter what happens. I will not be my own enemy. I will be my own friend. That one commitment, practiced daily, will heal. The fourth thing you need to tell yourself every morning is, everything I need is already within me. We live in a world that profits from making you feel incomplete. Think about it. Every advertisement, every social media post, every cultural message is designed to convince you that you are missing something. You need this product, you need that lifestyle, you need more money, more followers, more success, more everything. And so we spend our entire lives reaching outward, reaching forward. Trin says, the relationship does not fix. The non-thinks was never replaced, just as does not. That doesn't God. Buddhism teaches that within every single person there already exists wisdom, compassion, strength, and an unshakable calm. These qualities are not things you need to earn or achieve. They are already part of you right now. In this moment, the only problem is that they have been buried under layers of doubt, fear, comparison, and noise. Your job is not to go out and find yourself. Your job is to remove everything that is covering up who you already are. Think of it like a sky covered by clouds. The clouds might be thick and dark and heavy, but behind them the sun is always shining. It never stopped. The clouds are temporary. The sun is permanent. Your doubts, your insecurities, your feelings of not being enough, those are the clouds. They feel real, but they are passing your true nature. The light beneath all of that is permanent, and it is already there. So every morning remind yourself of this: I am not empty. I am not lacking. I do not need the world to complete me. Everything I need: the courage, the creativity, the compassion. It is all already here, inside this chest, inside this mind, inside this breath. When you truly start to believe, this something shifts. You stop chasing approval. You stop begging for validation. You stop measuring yourself against strangers on the internet. And you start fight. And then find that embeds that was on it. The fifth and final thing you need to tell yourself every morning might be the most important of all. Let me be the cause of peace today. This one is not just about you. This is about the ripple effect you create in the world every single day. Whether you realize it or not, you are affecting every person you come in contact with. Your energy, your words, your tone, your facial expressions, all of it is being absorbed by the people around you, and they carry that energy forward into their own interactions, which means the way you show up in the morning does not just shape your day, it shapes the days of dozens of other people. The barista you smiled at might have been having the worst morning of her life, and your warmth reminded her that people can still be kind. The co-worker you listened to without interrupting might have been feeling invisible for weeks, and your attention made them feel seen. The stranger you let merge in traffic might have been running late to see a loved one in the hospital, and your patience gave them a moment of relief. You will never know the full impact of your peace, but trust me, it travels further than you think. Buddhism teaches that peace is not a passive state. It is an active choice. It is something you practice in every conversation, every decision, every interaction. When you wake up and set the intention to be a source of calm in the world, you are not just improving your own life, you are contributing to a quieter, kinder, more compassionate world. And the world desperately needs that right now. So every morning before the noise begins, whisper this to yourself today: I choose to bring peace wherever I go. I will listen more than I speak. I will respond with patience instead of reacting with frustration. I will be gentle with the people I meet because I do not know what battles they are fighting, and I will remember that my calm is contagious. Now here is what I want you to understand about all 5 of these truths. They are not magic spells. You do not say them once, and suddenly your life is perfect. That is not how it works. These are seeds, and seeds need daily watering. Some mornings you will wake up, and these words will feel powerful and true. Other mornings you will wake up anxious, doubtful, and convinced that none of this works. And on those mornings, especially on those mornings, that is when you need these words the most. Buddhism has never been about perfection. It has been about practice. The lotus flower does not bloom overnight. It grows slowly through the mud, through the dark water, pushing upward day after day until it finally breaks through the surface and opens into something beautiful. Your growth works the same way. Every single morning that you return to these 5 truths, you are pushing through another layer of mud. You are getting closer to the surface. You are pushing through another layer of mud. You are getting closer to me. And here is the most beautiful part. You do not have to do this perfectly. You just have to do it consistently. You do not have to feel peaceful every second. You just have to keep choosing peace. You do not have to silence your inner critic completely. You just have to keep replacing its voice with kindness. You do not have to have everything figured out. You just have to keep reminding yourself that everything you need is already within you. You need is already within you. So tonight, when you lay your head down on your pillow, take one last breath and ask yourself, did I show up today with presence? Did I protect my peace? Did I treat myself with kindness? Did I trust what is already inside me? Did I bring calm into someone else's world? And whatever the answer is, even if it is not yet, be gentle with yourself, because tomorrow morning you get another chance, and that is the gift. The morning always comes. The sun all rises, and you always get to begin again. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, if it reminded you of a truth you had forgotten or gave you something to hold on to during a difficult season, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribe to Buddhism Focus so you never miss content like this. Your support helps us reach more people who are searching for peace, clarity, and purpose. And together we can create a ripple of calm that touches lives all around the world. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing it, friends.